Starting a new relationship is tricky enough as it is. But what happens when you throw a chronic illness into the mix? How do you even begin to share that part of yourself? Well, today, we're going to dive into the really powerful story and advice of Chaz Frazier, who shares his journey of finding love while living with a chronic skin condition.
Just imagine this for a second. You're driving to a first date. You're excited, of course, but you're also absolutely terrified. This is what was racing through Chaz Frazier's mind. It's such a raw, vulnerable thought, and it gets right to the heart of the fear that so many people with chronic conditions face. It's that fear of rejection, not for who you are, but for what your body is going through.
So what exactly was he talking about? Well, Chaz lives with a condition called Hidradenitis Suppurativa, or HS. It's a condition that causes these really painful abscesses and can lead to what he so powerfully calls visual battle wounds from all the flare-ups and the surgeries he's needed to manage them. And knowing that, it's just crucial to understanding the sheer weight of his anxiety.
And really, this whole thing, it just boils down to one fundamental question of vulnerability. It's an incredibly difficult balancing act, right, between our deep human need for connection and that paralyzing fear that if we show our full selves, scars and all, we might just push someone away.
Now, in Chaz's story, his future wife, Christina, she already had a general idea that he was dealing with some health stuff. He'd actually documented some of his journey online. But knowing something is going on is a world away from truly understanding the day-to-day reality, the emotional toll, and the physical pain it takes.
So, this brings us right to the first crucial key that Chaz learned. You have to figure out the right time to open up. And while there's no magic formula or perfect moment, there is a guiding principle.
Look, the key isn't to just unload everything on the first date. It's a gradual process. Chaz really emphasizes this. As the trust and the emotional intimacy grew with Christina, he slowly started to share more. It's all about building a safe foundation first, a place where your vulnerability can be met with understanding, not with judgment. And Chaz offers some really fantastic practical advice here. How do you know if that foundation is actually safe? He suggests looking for what he calls the 3 C's in your partner. Do they show genuine compassion? Do they express real care for your well-being? And are they curious? Do they want to learn more in a supportive way? These are your green lights. Okay, so building that foundation of trust, that leads us straight into the second key, and that is, revealing a chronic illness isn't some one-and-done confession. It's an ongoing dialogue. To put this into perspective, just think about this. Before he even met Christina, Chaz had already been through more than 10 different surgeries and procedures. That is a massive medical history. It's a huge part of his life story. There's no way you can cover the weight of that in a single conversation. And that's exactly the point. It was a whole series of talks. As their relationship got deeper, so did the conversations. Maybe one talk was about the basics of HS, another was about a past surgery, and another was about what a flare-up actually feels like. It's a continuous process of sharing and learning, together. And this just shows the payoff for that slow, trust-based approach. Chaz talks about this pivotal moment when he finally showed Christina pictures and the scars from his procedures. And her reaction? It was just pure care and compassion. It didn't just meet his hopes. He said it completely exceeded them. It was everything he needed to validate his trust in her and in their relationship. Now, the first 2 keys are about how you interact with your partner. But this third one, honestly, it's probably the hardest because it's the internal battle. It's about reminding yourself over and over that you are worthy of love no matter what your health is. Chaz is really open about this. He admits to falling right into this trap. He started to believe that the changes to his body, the scars, the total unpredictability of his illness, that it all made him unlovable. And that is such a powerful and destructive mindset that so many people with chronic conditions struggle with. So the crucial question is, how do you shift that kind of thinking? Well, through his faith and through counseling, Chaz began to dismantle that limiting mindset. He realized that focusing only on his skin was just superficial. The empowered mindset, it recognizes that your core self, your personality, your intelligence, your sense of humor, it goes so much deeper than your physical exterior. This is a really, really important point. Your illness doesn't get to erase who you are. The traits that make you you are still there. If you are funny, you're still funny. If you are smart, you're still smart. Your condition is something you have. It's not who you are. Your worth is inherent, and it is constant. So when you combine these 3 keys, timing your vulnerability, making it an ongoing conversation, and affirming your own worth, you basically create the foundation for a true partnership. And Chaz emphasizes that this is not a one-way street. It takes patience from the person with the illness to be vulnerable, absolutely, but it also takes patience from their partner to learn and understand a really complex medical and emotional reality. It really is a shared journey. And here is the beautiful result of that journey. Today, Chaz and Christina are a team. She's not just a partner who accepts his condition, she's an active supporter in his fight, helping him manage his health. It's just a testament to the kind of strength that can be built from vulnerability and from trust.
Ultimately, Chaz's story really shows us that while a chronic illness presents some unique challenges, it absolutely does not have to be a barrier to a deep, loving partnership. It just requires a willingness to be open and a partner who is willing to listen with compassion. So the question to leave you with is this: how can you foster that kind of patient vulnerability in your own journey?